So ever since the Golden State Warriors acquired Jimmy Butler, they are 11-2 in their 13 games with Jimmy in the lineup, and they have just turned everything around. They're playing really good basketball. They play the Blazers tonight, and they got an opportunity to make some noise in the West, depending on the matchup and depending on how they keep playing. If they keep up this momentum, all of a sudden the Warriors look like a dark horse contender in the Western Conference, a team you don't want to mess with in the first round. And when you look at the standings, Houston has gone in a slump. I think they're 7-11 in the last 18 games. I mean, Thompson's out for another 2 weeks. LeBron James dealing with a groin injury is out for 1 to 2 weeks. I think they're on the verge of losing to the Brooklyn Nets, and they have a tough schedule coming up. So we'll see if Luka can carry that roster. We'll see if they can get Rui back soon. I think, Jackson Hayes is also out right now. So they're dealing with some injuries. And then you look at the Grizzlies and you look at the Denver Nuggets. Denver Nuggets just lost Aaron Gordon. Again, he has a calf situation he's dealing with. So the Warriors have an opportunity here to move up potentially higher in the Western Conference if these teams start to slump and lose some games, and the Warriors could just sneak up on them. They're playing really good right now. Acquiring Jimmy Butler, what that has done for Steph's game is he doesn't have to carry the entire offense. He doesn't have to, create shots off the dribble, play make. He can give some of that responsibility to a Jimmy Butler instead of relying on guys like Kuminga, who's not always consistent because, it's a new role and he doesn't have to be that reliable number two option. Draymond Green doesn't fit that role. He's more like a 3 or 4 option. And then when you're trying to rely on guys like Buddy Hield to fill that role, you have guys like Pods and Moody. They're more like role players and not your number two, number three option on a consistent basis. They don't need that responsibility. So what Jimmy Butler has done for the Golden State Warriors is put those guys in their proper places. So now Pods can be that slasher. He can shoot. He can still do things defensively, but he doesn't have to always try to score the basketball. You've got Jimmy Butler who can create off the dribble. He can play make. He puts pressure on the rim. He has post-up matchups that he can go at, and that puts the burden off those role players. Then you have a guy like Quentin Post who has been shooting really well from three. If he keeps that up, now the spacing out there for Golden State is even better. So you have Steph, Jimmy, Draymond, Quentin Post. Now, the front court rim protection might not be the best, but if you have Draymond anchoring the front line, Quentin Post doesn't have to worry about the responsibility too much. If you can be serviceable on defense, that's all you really need because Draymond will cover a lot of the weaknesses out there. And again, Golden State is looking really good. As long as they keep playing good basketball and they continue this momentum, they're going to be a problem in the playoffs. And the last time Steph Curry had this much offensive talent as a number two option, no disrespect to Klay Thompson, I'm talking about a guy who can create off the dribble, shoot from the mid-range, and score in the post, was Kevin Durant. So it's nice to have a guy like that next to him so he doesn't have to carry so much of the load. And Steph, again, he looks rejuvenated out there. He's playing free. He doesn't have to carry a huge burden on offense. He can let Jimmy go to work and make plays for teammates or score at the rim or score in the mid-range. It opens up the offense for the Warriors. Now, I want to talk about a few guys on the Warriors who aren't shooting the ball from three particularly well right now. You look at Pods. He shot 33% against the Knicks, 36%. He hasn't played since March 6th. And then you look at the games in February where he only shot 29.8% from three. You look at January, shot 45%, didn't play every game, obviously. December, shot 42%. So if Pod's shot comes back, he gets to that 37 to 40% range. It opens up the offense even more. Going to a guy like Buddy Hield, I want to show you his splits over the last really few weeks here for Buddy Hield. And you look at February, he was at 37%. That's good averages. But since February 21st, 62%, 33, 44, 33. He didn't make a shot here, 55, 30%, didn't make anything, 20%. So Buddy Hield has been inconsistent from three. Imagine if he's shooting his normal averages, 37, 38% from the field, or say from three on a nightly basis, makes the Warriors offense even more dangerous. And then we come to Moody. Again, these are your guys who need to knock down shots. They've got to make sure they're shooting the ball well. Otherwise, the spacing isn't going to be as good out there. But you go back, even in February, he shot 47%. He's down to 37 right now. It's still not bad, but he hasn't been super consistent. As you see here, 44, 72, 58, and came down to 20, 37. You see a little bit of a drop off. I expect Moody, Buddy Hield, and Pods to shoot better because the shot variance is going to come back in their favor. So imagine you have those three guys knocking down shots. Then you have the rejuvenation of Steph Curry. Draymond on defense is helping them out. And if Post can keep knocking down his three-point shot and Jimmy Butler, the playoff riser that he is, they go into the playoffs. Let's just say they match up with the Rockets in the first round. I'm taking Golden State in that series because experience is going to trump inexperience. And of course, the half court offense for Houston is not that great, and that will catch up to them in the playoffs because the game does slow down. Then you look at the Memphis Grizzlies. This is an intriguing matchup because if Memphis allows Ja to just turn up, be a guy who's going to get them 30 plus a night, I think Memphis could end up winning that series. But this year, Memphis has played the idea of, have more guys out there. Ja gets less touches. And I'm like, I think Ja needs a bigger offensive output for the Memphis Grizzlies to beat Golden State. Look at Denver. I don't know how Golden State can win that series, especially Jokic. He'll eat them alive in the paint. I think he'll control the series. So that would be one of the hardest matchups. And you go to the Lakers. This one's very interesting as well because Luka and LeBron, Steph and Jimmy Butler, that would be an amazing series. I think that would go 7. I lean more towards the Lakers, but would I be surprised if Golden State beats them? No, we're not. It really depends on where Golden State falls in the Western Conference. If they can get that 5th or 4th seed in the Western Conference, you match up with Houston, you feel really good about yourselves, you handle them in 5 or 6 games, then you play OKC in the second round, and who knows what happens there. But I like what I'm seeing from Golden State. I'm excited, even if they don't end up making a deep playoff run. I think they can build something from here on out because now you have Jimmy Butler. He's settled. He has a guy he likes to play with. I think Golden State's in good position here. So no matter what happens going forward, the Warriors could make a serious run. And yeah, I love the acquisition of Jimmy Butler. It's been a perfect fit. And when Pods and Buddy Hield and Moody start knocking down the threes, this offense is going to be scary, and this team is going to be hard to deal with in the playoffs. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Love to hear your feedback about how the Warriors are playing right now. Do you consider them as a possible contender in the Western Conference and making the NBA Finals? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.